Hello and welcome back to The Sims 4. Now, if you've been around my channel at all recently, you might know that I've been a little absent, but I have a good excuse. I recently have adopted a puppy, and she's a little Rottweiler. I'm gonna try to put a picture up as long as I can figure it out how to overlay it in the video here. But she's a little Rottweiler mix. She's a female. She's doing real good. I've had her for about 2-3 weeks now, and she's getting to the point where I don't have to watch her 24/7, you know, where you gotta make sure they're not chewing on anything, make sure they're not going to the bathroom in the house. She's finally getting into like a routine so I can get back to my day-to-day life. But yeah, so her name is Athena, and she's fitting in really well here. She's getting along with the cat, she's getting along with the dog, the chickens even like her, which I thought was pretty funny, because I thought that they'd be leery of her, but no, they're fine with her. But today, I thought, you know, other than explaining my absence, we would go back into The Sims, because it's been a little while since I've had a Sims video. And I have been working on this house here, and some background to this house. 2 women live here. A lady by the name of Myrtle and her granddaughter named Violet. And the story with this house is that the bottom floor is their business. Myrtle runs a resale shop, and Violet runs a little boutique for apparel, like clothing. So they share the bottom floor as their business, and then they live on the top 2 floors. My inspiration for this house is a lot of my furniture and decor in my real life house is all secondhand for the most part. There's a few pieces that I bought at like TJ Maxx and Marshall's, and there's a couple, but I would say about 90% of what I have in my house is secondhand from estate sales, garage sales, finding stuff on Craigslist, going to resale shops, consignment shops. So I was like, I really just want to build a house that's like a little resale shop. So that's what I did, and the name of their business is just called Home. Mostly because that's the only thing that I could turn into a sign out front. And I thought it fit, you know, they have a resale shop inside their home. We'll call it Home. It'll be fine. First thing though, can we take a minute to look at this roof? Not only does this roof look good on this house, in my opinion, it is functional, people. It is functional. The water would run down from here, and then because there's a little lip here, it would run down onto the next roof panel, and then run right off into the ground. I have to say, I'm pretty proud of myself, because I am horrible at making roofs. Impact Crater, if you ever happen to see this video, just look at this roof. You know how horrible I am at roofing. I was pretty proud of this one, okay? It's functional, and it still looks pretty good. We also have these flowers outside in the front, which I love. I thought they added, like, you know, a lot of color. If you're coming over here to do some shopping, you might be like, which house is the one with the resale shop in the bottom? Well, trust me, it's going to be the one full of flowers out front with the fountain going. Okay, they're making their business look pretty good, pretty appealing. So let's go to the first floor. Now, I'm going to warn you, there is a lot to look at on this first floor. If you've ever been into a resale shop, you know they just kind of pile things up, and there's not really any flow to it. They just, because stuff comes in so quickly and it gets put out so quickly, so it's constantly being reshuffled around. But we'll walk in the front door here, and when you first walk in, this is what you see. So let me zoom out here. Over here on the left, we have the boutique side of the shop, and then over here on the right, we have the resale side of the shop. So I think we're gonna go left first. I'll show you the apparel side, but when you first walk in, you kind of get just a little taste of what the store has to offer, right? You get the clothing over here, right? As you walk in, it would be to your right. And you also see some home decor as soon as you walk in. So you get an idea of what the store has to offer, right? Now, if you're coming here for apparel, the first thing you're going to see are these dresses. And I strategically place these dresses, okay? So you see this first one, and you're like, oh, I like this style. I want to look at the other ones. Well, the only way to get to the other dress over here is to walk around and pass the purses. You also are going to walk past all these shirts over here. So if you want to see the other dresses, you're also going to have to look at our other merchandise, okay? I learned a thing or two when I worked at Macy's, right? You have to position things so people have to walk by everything. If you ever walk into a retail store, like a clothing store, trust me, if you're walking around in there, they have it strategically planned out that you have to walk by and look at everything in order to to go in and out of the store. So I thought that was a nice little, business touch, making people walk by other items that they might be interested in. So this is the women's side. We got a couple little handbags, and then we got the dresses, a few shoes to pick from. We are a resale shop. We're not a big conglomerate we're not like H&M and Express and stuff. We're reselling used things. Now, not everything is used probably, but she's just breaking into the whole business thing, right? So she's probably got a couple brand deals, but most of it is probably still coming in from the resale side of the store. And back here, we do have a little bit of a men's section. Now, this is a boutique, so I'm thinking probably not gonna get a lot of men's traffic. But, we have a men's section for if men ever come in here. We have a couple shoes, actually kind of a big selection of men's shoes at a boutique, if I'm being honest. We have the football over here and the cologne. We gotta play up the marketing, right? Like, you gotta have the sports stuff for the guys. Now, not every guy's into sports, but, that's how marketing goes, right? You pander to the biggest demographic. That's just how it goes. We have shirts over here, more shirts, hanging shirts. Lots of shirts to pick from. No pants. We don't sell men's pants here, sorry. Have to go somewhere else for that. Over here, we have more women's on the rack, usually. And then, a Chanel handbag. We don't have too many brand deals, but we have the big one. We have a brand deal with Chanel, okay? And if you get a brand deal with Chanel, you're moving on up. See, over here we have more handbags. I put them over here but so you see them as soon as you walk in. Handbags are a huge selling point as far as women's apparel, so they need to be one of the first things you see when you walk in. But, we have a couple different shades of Chanel handbags. And then, as well as these bigger handbags coming in python. I'm sure it's faux python. I would not sell any real animal products here. Maybe leather, I don't know. But yeah, so that's the handbag section. We even have a dressing room over here. Now, it honestly looks like we bought this dressing room secondhand, or had somebody make it, because it's not anything fancy. It's literally just some walls and a curtain, but it does the job, right? I thought it did the job. Next to the dressing room, we have our sales area, where we just have random junk that has not been moving, so we mark it at 50% off. A bear from Valentine's Day, a little rocking horse thing maybe from Valentine's Day as well, a couple books that nobody's wanting, candlesticks, some random vase. So, all things that are kind of junky that we want to get out of the store, we put over here on the 50% off table. I love this sign. This is a mod that I downloaded. It's, I forget what it was. I think it was just like a retail kind of props mod. And it had this sale sign. It was really cool. Also had this desk. And I thought this was perfect. This, little front desk here. It has a... Can I get... Okay, just the pointer, please. And it has, the fashion up here. The women... The sketched dresses, for fashion books and stuff. I thought it was an awesome touch. Oh, this big chest here in the middle of the room. I tried looking for a cash register, okay? I looked for a cash register. I looked for like a lock box or something. I couldn't find anything. So I was like, you know what? We're going to keep all of our money in this big chest with this big ass lock on it, right? Nobody's going to be stealing our money. Nobody's going to be able to pick and carry that thing up. I guarantee it. That thing is heavy. And, you know, it has all of our money in there. That's where we keep our money. You know, Myrtle, she's old school, right? She doesn't want an electronic cash register, okay? She will keep a box with a big ass lock on it any day. We have some clothing boxes with the Sims little logo on it, so when people buy stuff, you know, we can wrap it in a nice box for them. We also have shopping bags over here. Nice sturdy ones too. They're made out of like that cardboard material, so you know, nothing's gonna be falling out of those bags. Nice sturdy ones. Back behind the little desk over here where you would pay, we have some wall art that you can choose from. Just random wall art. Getting off track here. I had a path, but you know, when you get in here and you start talking, you forget kind of your flow. But we will come over here to the entrance. Now, we saw the apparel if you go left, but if you go right when you go in, you will go to the resale side of the store, or the consignment part, and it's just full of random stuff that I pulled. You know, we have a wall of just trinkets, decor, knickknacks, all the knickknacks you could want. You know, we got a little rock garden here. We got a cake holder, flowers, a bread box up here, just, you know, all the knickknacks you could need. Over here we have a chair set. The lady that the resale shop that I go to frequently, the lady who owns it, tells me you can always sell chairs. Chairs are easy peasy to sell. The hard thing to sell is the table. So she told me if I ever find chairs, try to get chairs without the table if you're planning on reselling them. So a little tip for you guys. So we have those 4 chairs. We also have some high bar stools over here with the backs on them. So, you know, they're comfortable bar stools. They're not just bar stools to sit on. They're bar stools to lounge on. I'm guessing that this dresser probably came with whoever brought these chairs because it's all mapped. And I love this dresser. If I could have a dresser with, like, maps... I don't know how you do that. Do you like glue the map on, or I don't know, but I love that idea. I wanted to do like a coffee table in real life. I wanted to get a coffee table and like put maps onto the table and then put a glass frame over it, so then you'd have like a glass topped coffee table with a map design under it. I thought that would be cool, but it seems pretty hard to do. Over here, we just have a cabinet full of knickknacks again. You know, we got toys for kids. We got vases if you're looking for some kind of vase. Movie posters. Everybody likes movie posters, right? This is like Little Shops of Horrors Sims edition. I thought it was a cool movie poster. We got this creepy clown picture. And when I put this on the wall, I was like, honestly, who would ever buy this creepy clown picture? And then I remembered... I went on a trip when I was a kid to California. I've talked about it a couple times. It was to visit family. And one of my cousins, he was a little younger than I was at the time. His room was actually done in clowns. And he had a picture. It was very similar to this, except the background was black, which made it even more creepy. And it was a sad clown picture like this. And I was probably only like 8, so he was probably like 6 or 7. And I'm just like, why would your parents make you have that in your room? That's horrible. Like, that is scary. I could not sleep in that room. I remember thinking that at 8 years old, like, this kid's parents are crazy. They're making him have this creepy clown picture in his room. Back here is just like a little kind of furniture nook. It's where we have most of the furniture back here. We have some wall hangings. We have some Mario stuff, and, you know, I was looking at this, and I instantly knew the story that went behind this stuff, how this got in the consignment shop. You know what happened here? Some kid, he had all his Nintendo stuff in the basement. he grew up, he went off to college, and he's like, Mom, I can't take my freaking Nintendo stuff to school. Like, what do you want me to do with it at school? Like, I gotta leave it here, Mom. And he's at college, he's probably like there for 3 years, and his mom 3 years later is all like, oh, well, he's forgot all about his Nintendo stuff. I'll just go get rid of it and sell it. And, you come back from college and you're like, Mom, where the heck is my Nintendo 64? Where is my Paper Mario game? What did you do with it? And she's like, oh, well, honey, I went and sold it all because I figured you didn't want it anymore. And then you just kind of stare at her and you're like, Mom, I don't live here, so that would be why I haven't messed with it in 3 years. Yeah, I may be speaking from some personal experience, Mother. Please don't sell my Nintendo stuff that I now have to buy back at like a price markup of 300% off of eBay. Because my mom thought that she would go donate all my kid stuff, quote unquote kid stuff, to Goodwill. That was a bad day. Okay, I came back, all my stuff was gone. Conker's Bad Fur Day is gone. I can't even find that game anymore. Alright, let's continue on with the tour here. We got some more movie posters up here above the window. We got a cuckoo clock, which I almost bought one at one point because I love the idea of a cuckoo clock. One of my grandparents had one when I was younger, so it's just kind of like a fond memory thing for me. But when I went to buy it, the guy was like, do you have a cat? And I was like, yes, I have a cat. Why? And he was like, well, you see these pine cones, they're actually weights. Like, the clock needs those weights to function. Like, that's how it works. And if you have a cat, your cat will bat at them. Because the one I was looking at, the weights were really long. Like, they went all the way to the floor. And he was like, your cat will bat at them, and then it will throw off all the clockwork inside the clock. So I was like, well, yeah, probably not a good idea then. Because it was a little expensive. It was an authentic one at an antique mall. So I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't spend the money on it if it's not, my cat's going to mess with it and it's not even going to work. Floral furniture. If you've ever been in a resale shop, there's floral furniture. I thought this was cool. It's a Halloween-themed fish tank. I thought, it's just tacky enough to keep it up all year round, right? Like, it's a cool conversational piece. It's a cool theme, I thought, like having a Halloween fish tank all year round. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. I would do it if I wanted a fish tank. I actually have a fish tank, but, I'm not going to redecorate it for the sole purpose of making it tacky. But, if it's already decorated, I thought it could be cool. Some kid might want it. Just a couple lamps, rug, everything you see in here is for sale. The baskets, the rugs, the cabinet. There's stuff in the cabinet, but trust me, these resale people, they will clear the cabinet and they will sell it to you. They don't care. They're looking to move things out. Not last, but over here we have the jewelry case, and it's locked, you gotta keep all the fine jewelry locked up. We just have a jewelry box down here with, pearls. It looks like there's an expensive watch in there. And then up here we have the real jewels. We have the emeralds, and I'm sure they're all, from the earth. They're not simulated or anything. And then we just have these little statues in here to class it up a bit, make it look like it's shiny and modern. And over here, I have to do a little bit of explaining. I found on the Sims resource this gym, merch pack. And it's protein powder, blender bottles, water bottles. It's protein pouches, protein snacks, stuff like that. It's all merchandise. And I literally am going to have to go and redo the entire gym because I want to put a little merch corner in where, you can get your protein shakes blended up for you, or you can just buy the protein powder and do it at home, or if you need more blender bottles or whatever. I'm looking forward to redoing the gym. Look forward to that video because it's going to be so cool. But I thought, she's a business in this town. The gym is a business in this town. They're both small, locally owned businesses. Why don't they partner up? And over here at the resale shop, she'll offer a few of the most popular merchandise that they offer. The protein powder is popular. Everybody who works out trying to gain muscle is going to be taking protein powder. And if you're going to be taking protein powder, you're going to need a blender bottle, right? So she just has this little corner over here set up for gym merchandise because she's partnering with the gym people. And, you know, they're locally owned businesses. It's good to partner up and help. I thought it was a really cool opportunity to throw in some backstory into the house as well as offer some cool merchandise. So this is the first floor. It's very busy. Like I said, everything's for sale. You know, if you see if you want these shelves these purses are sitting on, I'm sure the old granny will make you a deal. Trust me. If you go to these resale places, they will make you a deal. If you want the flooring in here, they will rip up the flooring if you are willing to pay a good price for it. But yeah, we just have all the knickknacks. A toaster. If you never know when someone's going to walk in and need a toaster. You know, a clock for over the fire mantle. This unique, like, sci-fi chair. It's all for sale. Except for my Nintendo stuff. I'm coming back to rebuy it. I still haven't forgiven you for that, Mom. Okay? That was a bad day. Alright. Upstairs. This is where they live. Okay? I haven't finished, like, the hallways, but I finished most of the other stuff. Myrtle, the little old lady, lives on the second floor. Somehow her granddaughter got the top floor. I'm not sure how, but she ended up. We will show the kitchen first. With the kitchen, I tried doing like a French country house mixed with like modern touches, if that makes sense. You know, I tried to stick with like pastels, whites, off-whites, grays, you know, keep it very bright, you know, for that French countryside. It has to be very bright and, you know, clean on the inside. Over here, we just have a table where 4 people can sit and, you know, a little decorative teacup plant in the middle. I thought it fit with the theme of the room. We just got a decorative chair over here. And, you know, if you have extra company, you pull up that chair and they can sit in it. I finally found a room where I could use these heart maps that are framed. And if you zoom in, you can actually see this one's in Wisconsin. I thought that was awesome. There's a piece of the Midwest. I think Wisconsin's like Midwesty, right? But, you know, out of all the places in the world that these maps could have got a section from, I was like, Wisconsin, like, that's kind of close-ish. Not, it kind of. And then over here we have the Philippines and Vietnam. So, you know, all over the world we have maps in here. Over here, I went with a tiled countertop. I thought it fit with the countryside theme a little better than a stone countertop. I did go with updated appliances, though. Like, I know she's an older lady and stuff, but it just looked better in here. It pulled the room better than some of the white appliances. I like the stainless steel. Oh, and whoever freaking did... Who did this? What is their name? Cardoff, or Cardoff. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but this person makes some of the best, like, knick-knacky stuff for your houses. Like, that's my favorite kind of stuff to download. It's just, like, stuff that makes your house a home. Like, you know, we got the dish rack here. We got pots and pans. Stuff that you would actually have lying around your house. Like a loaf of bread. People have stuff like that. More pots with a little spoon there. But look at what she made here. A tea rack. But not only is it a tea rack, it's organic tea. It's like Cardoff is making this stuff for me or something. I don't know. He or she does a phenomenal job, though. Like, look at these juices. They actually, maybe they are real brands outside of the United States that I just don't know about. But these look like real brands of juice. Like, these look like real juice boxes. He or she did an amazing job on some of the stuff they did. Laundry detergent. People need laundry detergent. You know, he's doing the real work here. Some people make this fancy, crazy furniture, and it's like, yes, I need more furniture, but what I need more than anything is just this stuff that makes your house look like somebody actually lives here. So I've really been enjoying her stuff, or his stuff, been downloading tons of it. So this is the kitchen. It's actually fairly big, especially for only 2 people living here. I figured, we have a little protein pouch here. Someone has been sampling the goods downstairs. Maybe they're going to start working out. If we go back into the hallway from the kitchen and we go through this brown door, this is Myrtle's room, the grandmother's room. And, she just has a little twin bed. I don't know why, but, like, all my grandparents have twin beds. I don't really get that. Like, I have this huge bed that I sleep in, and I don't know. It seems like older people always have these little twin beds. But I figured she works in a resale shop. So she probably has a lot of cool stuff come through here. And one of her most prized possessions is her signed picture of the Beatles. Now, we're missing, someone here, but, if we use our imagination, I'm sure this is a signed picture of the Beatles, and she treasures it, and, she's probably a huge Beatles fan, Myrtle here. Did anybody else, when they were in high school, if you took your music class... In my school, it was mandatory for you to take a music class or a arts class. I don't know if it was freshman year or if it was 8th grade, like your last year of middle school, but you had to take a music class. And one of the things that we learned about in music class for it was over the course of 2 or 3 months was the Beatles. Like, we learned about them from, start to finish. And it was so interesting. Like, we learned about, when they got on drugs and how their music changed when they were, out of their minds on drugs. But their music was always good. I don't know. It was interesting. But I talked to people, and some people don't even know. I mean, they know the name the Beatles, but they don't know anything about them. And I don't know. It's crazy to me that some people didn't learn about the Beatles in school. What else does she have in here? A landscape picture. I figured she has this old radio that probably passed through. Grandma doesn't like to press buttons on the radio. That's not how the radio is supposed to work, right? Like, you're supposed to dial it in. That's a real radio, At least for her generation, maybe. I thought it was a cool touch. I love the look of that radio, so that's why I put it in here. Plus, it gives her a little more of a personality. She likes keeping things the old-fashioned way. To properly listen to a radio, you need to dial it in. Now, she did get an update on her TV. Granny likes old-fashioned, but, when you're watching a movie, you need a big screen, right? Like, you can't be watching it on no 12-inch TV. She's reading the paper this morning in her chair here. Just set her paper down. She has a bathroom back here with a shower and a sink and a toilet. Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. So this was Grandma's room. Thought it was cool. She got some knitting needles up there when she needs to pass the time. She got a window with not a bad view. She gets this little canal to look at, the tree outside, so I'm sure there's birds to look at. Not too shabby. Oh, over here, let me lower the wall so we can see. This is an office. If their entire first floor is a business, you have to have an office in your house. If you don't have an office and you're running a business, your business is not going to be in business very long. I can tell you that, because you're going to be too disorganized. This honestly isn't a big enough office, but I ran out of space in the house. So, they have a computer. They have all these drawers. She's just really, really organized, okay? If you were very organized, you could probably get away with this small of an office, but me personally, no. I'd need, an entire wall of just nothing but filing cabinets because, you got to keep your tax returns and all that crap when you're running a business, or you'll get audited. These screens, I love these screens for covering up windows. I thought they went perfect in here, and I want to use them more in other houses because I've had them for a while, but I just kind of rediscovered them. So I want to start using them more because they add an atmosphere to the room, and I don't know, I really like it. So that's her little office, nothing special. Upstairs is Violet's quarters. You come up the stairs and you're in this little blank hallway that I have to finish yet, but nothing crazy is going to go in there. And you come in here, and this is Violet's room. And she's running a clothing business, a boutique business, right? So I figure she's probably into fashion. She's probably into makeup because, that it all goes hand in hand in that industry. And so I thought, she's running a small boutique. She's probably trying to get her name out there. Maybe she runs a makeup blog or a makeup YouTube channel. There are huge channels out there that are makeup channels, and they're huge. They have lots of subscribers. So I thought maybe, Violet might dabble in the YouTube makeup world. And if we go down here, you can see she's got her laptop. She films all of her videos on a laptop. I don't think I could do that, but I know there are plenty of YouTubers that do. And she's got her Chanel eyeshadow over here. So she's getting a pretty good brand deal when Chanel is sending her eyeshadows. An eyeshadow box, by the way. Like this at a Chanel makeup counter, you're probably talking a couple $100s. If not more. And then over here, she's just got like the generic eyeshadow brand. It comes with some brighter colors when you're trying to, make some statements with your makeup. She got all the nail polishes, she got the neutrals, and she's got the bright colors. She got the lipsticks over here. And I put in this little table here. It like bolts to the wall. Because I thought, when you're doing makeup and you're going to have your brushes, you're going to have your, your boxes of eyeshadows and your lipstick. It's going to be everywhere, right? So I thought having an extra table could not hurt, especially when you're trying to film. Having an extra place to set stuff seems like a great idea to me. And I didn't have anywhere to fit her TV. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put her TV over her work desk, put a couch back here. This couch is a little unique, but they live in a resale shop. So some of their furniture is going to be different. They're going to have things that normally people probably wouldn't match together, but because they're in this environment, their house is a little different. You take what you find, what you like, and you make it work, right? This doesn't look bad in here. If I was a professional, interior decorator, I don't think I would choose this. But, she needed a couch. It was downstairs in the resale place. It fit in the room physically, so she's like, I'll take it. So, sit here, watch TV over your kind of business workspace here, or your YouTube workspace. And I thought, if she ever wanted to put her laptop on this table and film from this angle, then she could have this picture in the background. It's very colorful. It's a mix of warm and cool colors, so it kind of fits any theme that she might be doing for her makeup. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but I had fun building this house, okay? I had a lot of fun building this house. Over here, she just has a plant sitting in the windowsill, so it gets some sunlight. Coffee and cookies she had earlier. A couple of her favorite books sitting there. She has her own Chanel bag. She has a whole slew of them downstairs. You're telling me she's not going to grab one for herself? No. This girl is going to have her own Chanel bag. Trust me. Dresser over here just to keep her clothes in. Some of the wall art, this looks like maybe drawings of dresses or just like montages or something of different fashion choices from what looks to me to be the 1920s or the 30s, maybe even older, I'm not sure. And then, if she's filming a makeup tutorial here, in the background of this shot would be, this picture, which I don't know if this is a movie poster, but to me it looked like mannequins wearing clothes. So I was like, well, that kind of fits in with her whole business, right? So I thought it looked good. As long as she keeps her bed made, the background of her videos will be just fine. She has that picture, a nice pastel colored bed. We got the lamp over here for some light. I thought it looked good. In here is the bathroom, which I didn't finish. I thought I had this finished. You know what? That's fine. It's just the bathroom, right? I was going to have a full-length mirror over here and maybe like a rug. Because, again, what is this right here? Nail polish hiding in the wall. Okay. That's random. But I thought, again, she's fashion, right? So she needs to have that full-length mirror where she can kind of see the back of herself and what she looks like from every angle. Thought it was a good idea. But nothing too crazy there. So this is the resale house with Violet and Myrtle. Grandma and granddaughter. decided to start a business together. You know, Violet runs the boutique half, and Grandma runs the consignment shop half. And I had so much fun building this place. It was just throwing in a lot of random stuff. You know, we got the lighting table over here full of candles and desk lamps and candle sticks. You know, an old camera for sale. I don't know, just a whole bunch of randomness. I don't know. I had a lot of fun. I had to use my imagination here with, you know, the lockbox and a couple other different things. Oh, I forgot to show this. This is, you know, our real piece of jewelry. We have to keep it, you know, behind the desk where only we can get in it from the back with the key, you know, so nobody can run off with it. So yeah, this is my resale shop called Home, I guess is the name of their store. And, you know, I think, you know, they'll be pretty successful in their business in this town. Nothing like this has existed in this town yet, so I think they'll do pretty good. If you guys like this video, please leave me a like. Subscribe if you'd like to see some more Sims content like this. As always, suggest things. You can suggest anything and everything under the sky, and who knows, maybe I'll build it. So, until I see you next time, I'll see you back on my channel.